All right, everybody, buckle up because we are diving deep today
Yep.
into some pretty groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah.
You wanted to know what a Trump return to the White House really means? Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you, this is only the second time ever
Wow.
in U.S. history
Really?
that a president has come back after losing an election.
Hmm.
I
Actually,
mean,
this.
the first time this happened was Grover Cleveland
Oh, wow.
back in 1892.
Okay.
So, we're in some uncharted territory here.
It's pretty remarkable to see how this election has played out.
Yeah.
The results are in, and it's a clear win for Trump.
Yeah.
He's going to be the 47th president of the United States,
47th president.
defeating Vice President Harris
Yeah, and
by
he didn't just win by a little bit.
no.
He took some
flipped some key states.
key swing states.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're talking Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina,
Those are the ones everybody was watching.
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Everyone
excellent.
was glued to their TVs.
Yeah. Swing states are really where it all comes down because
Ah.
the vote could go either way.
Yeah.
And they have such a big impact on who ultimately wins.
And Trump won those states,
He did.
which brought him to a total of 277 electoral votes.
277.
You only need 270 to win.
You got it.
And on top of that, he's also ahead in the popular vote,
Oh, wow.
51%.
Okay.
Now, this is interesting because back in 2016,
Yeah.
he won the Electoral College,
Uh-huh.
but he didn't win the popular vote.
I remember that.
Right. So this time around,
Yeah.
it's a different story.
Different story.
And it's important to remember that in the U.S., we don't directly elect our president.
Right. We have this thing called the Electoral College.
Yeah.
And basically, each state gets a certain number of these electors based on its population.
Right.
And then, generally speaking, whoever wins the popular vote in that state
Yep.
gets all of its electoral votes.
So it's a little bit right.
Kind of a roundabout way.
Yeah. It's
Right, in
not a
thinking.
one-to-one kind of thing.
No.
Now, the votes are still being counted in a few states.
Right.
We've got Michigan, Arizona, Nevada.
Uh-huh.
But from the looks of it, those votes aren't going to change the result.
Yep.
The race is over, and Trump is headed back to the Oval Office.
Back in the White House.
And he's not coming back alone.
He's not.
This election also shook things up in the Senate.
Oh, yeah.
The Republicans now have control,
They do.
which means they have the presidency and the Senate,
A lot of power.
which gives them
Oh,
a lot of
has
power
to get things done.
to push through their agenda.
Absolutely.
So if you're following something like healthcare
Right.
or climate change,
Yeah,
this is a big deal
absolutely.
because depending on what the Republican majority decides to focus on,
Uh-huh.
policies could change.
Yeah, they could see big shifts
That's a
in
big way.
areas like taxes, healthcare, environmental regulations.
Yeah, all that stuff.
All that could be impacted.
So it's a completely new political scene.
Definitely a new landscape.
And speaking of this new landscape, Vice President Harris is supposed to speak to her supporters later today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what she says.
What do you think she'll say?
I don't know. Will she
Yeah.
will she talk about how the Democrats are going to try and regain control of Congress in the midterms? Or maybe she'll focus on building a new coalition for the next presidential election.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe she'll give us some hints about their strategy going forward.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what direction she points them in.
Me too.
Okay, so let's recap.
Okay.
A truly historic election with Trump back in the White House.
A comeback for the history books?
Huge power shift with Republicans controlling both the presidency and the Senate.
Wow.
And a whole lot of questions about what's next.
Yeah, this election is a major turning point in American politics.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how these events will shape the future.
Right.
Like, what impact will this have on all of us?
On our daily lives.
In the years to come, that's something we all need to think about.
It's definitely something to ponder.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning into our deep dive today.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.